Okay, hi. How are you today? I hope you're feeling fine. Today we're gonna do a Vanguard haircut. It's one of the most iconic old school barbering haircuts. It's made almost whole with the scissors and comb. Uh, I will use my clippers just at the end. Uh, First of all, we've got lots of bulk here, as you can see. So we need to get rid of it. But first, we have to wet all the hair. So let's get started, right? Uh, okay, where is my comb? Okay, here, yeah. So uh, when you wet the hair, you have to wet it all fine uh, so that from the roots to the ends it is all wet, because when some hair stays dry, the tension is different, uh, and when you dry the hair after finishing the first shape, mm, you can see that it will be a bit different in the places where it was dry. So I'm wetting it just fine. Yeah, all of it. So I'm combing the hair to the back. Then I will make my sections, and I will cut off all the bulk I don't need with my scissors. Okay, and it's almost done. So uh, now, so the first separation, I'll do the magic triangle in the forehead. It comes from uh, the recession here, as you can see, to the top of the head. So yeah, okay, the first one a bit too big. If you don't know where to make this first section, you can always place a comb in the hairline and take the measurement at the end of it. Okay, the second one. Okay. Okay. And now we've got this magic triangle. Why it's magic, I will tell you later. Okay, so one, yeah. Now I'm from the same spot. I'm going to the back, to the crown, and from the top of the hat to the back. I will show you it in a minute. Okay, one. Okay, there we go. And the second one, oh, like third one, sorry. First one, second one, and third one. All the way to the back. Yeah. Not quite good. I will do it one more time. Don't hurry. Do it slowly, but with just a bit of a perfection. It don't have to be ideal, but close to. Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, sections look like this now. And now I can get rid of it, of the all the bulk here. I'm just gonna take lots of it, but it's just the bulk. I will leave a lot too much also. So let's cut like, I don't know, half of it. Okay, just to get rid of the bulk. Okay. It's not my guideline. I'm just getting rid of the bulk. So don't worry, just cut the hair. Step by step, we're doing a cut, then a step, and next cut. Okay, as you can see, I left lots of it, so we're gonna work on it just in a minute. You can also use clipper over comb. It doesn't matter. I like working with scissors, so I'm doing with scissors, but you can choose the technique that you like the most. Uh, yeah. Okay. So most of the bulk is gone. I will wet the hair once again. Okay, just a second, I will refill my bottle. Um, I will put some hair tonic to the water, so so I can comb the hair a bit smoother. Uh, it has no um, no hold at all, so it just helps me with combing the hair. It smoothens them, stops the fizziness. So yeah, and now I'm making my first baseline. So I'm putting my comb in the temple, moving it to the back, taking the hair, and now this length will define the most of the haircut, because it will define the length of the sides and the length of the top also. Maybe not the fringe, but the crown and the back. So I'm leaving like 3 centimeters here. I'm pulling the hair in 90 degrees up, uh, and also I'm trying to keep the head in the line with my torso, so the posture is also right. Yeah, so first baseline here, and I'm going to the back, but I'm going a bit down to this place, so I will keep the length at the back, so so that the hair will fall down very nice, and we'll have volume in here also. Yeah, yeah. So my fingers are directing to the place where I'm supposed to end the baseline, this side of the baseline. Okay, so a cut and the step. Cut and step. Okay, so we are at the back, so I'm coming here to the front again. Now I will take my section diagonally to the ear. I will place my knuckles on a head and pull my fingers until the ends of the baseline. Okay, I'm going a bit down. Yeah, okay. And the second section, I'm doing the same, pulling the hair at 90 degrees to me, keeping the baseline. Okay, and next one, and I'm doing it straight to the back. Next section, if you lose your baseline somewhere, just make a step back, find the baseline, and keep into it. Hmm. If you have thick hair, you can make smaller sections, uh, so you can cut it more precisely. If you have a thin hair, you can make bigger sections. You decide. It's haircut that you do, and you decide what to do and what it would look the best for the client. Okay. As you can see, I always try to find some point of stabilization with my fingers. Now I'm placing my little finger on the neck, so all the hand is very stable. Okay, one of the last for this side. Yeah, it's a bit cold in here, like here in Poland, in southern Poland. We've got like -3 degrees now outside, so I hope it will be a bit warmer in a few days. It should be. So I like winter, but I like when it's snowy, and then it can be cold. But if it's rainy and cold, no, I don't like it. I don't know if anyone likes it. So yeah. Oh, so we've got the first side done, almost done. You can check it with the scissors. It's a so-called cross check. So if everything is fine, we can move to the second side. And now how to maintain the same length in the sides, because Vanguard haircut is a symmetrical haircut, so that the client with this style can style it like a pompadour top, side part, middle part, as you wish, because all is symmetrical. So uh, we can just measure the length in here with the comb, placing the comb at 90 degrees to the hair and just checking the length. uh, you can just um, feel how much it is. You can also measure it, and you can also take the length from the back to front, following the first baseline. So I will do that, but also after I will uh, check if it's really the same length. So let's try this. And as in the previous side, the right side, I'm pulling the hair to my chest and just cut it step by step. Okay. Now my knuckles will point the the place where I will finish, and the angle of the side. Okay, I need to wet it a bit more. Remember, moisture is very important. Okay. Okay, now I will check if the sides are even. Oh, I think it's a bit too much. Yeah, just a bit too much. So I'm cutting a bit more. It's always better to leave some of the length than cut too short, because we can also always cut it shorter, but we cannot put the hair that are already cut to the rest again. Simple as that. So it's always better to leave some more hair, especially uh, when we are making just a sketch on the wet hair, because what we are doing now, it's a sketch. um, we will finish all the haircut on a dry hair, because uh, they can be a little different than we assume it would be after drying. So uh, you always do the sketch on the wet hair and the final haircut on the dry hair. Okay, so the first section, from the recession to the ear, combing it down. Now my fingers, oh, it's a bit too much. It's too much hair here, so I will make a smaller section. Okay. Yeah, now here, pull it down. And now the length will be defined by my fingertips, not knuckles. So I need to pull it a bit towards me because the fingertips uh, are smaller than the knuckles. The length is smaller here, so but the rest is all the same. It's often very hard to do it in the back of the ear, so just make a small diagonal section. Then you can put your middle finger under the ear and comb the hair over the finger, nice and easy. I'm also using very less tension when I'm pulling the hair, because when you use too much tension, after drying they will shorten a bit and the effect would be different than you imagine it would. Okay, so I'm going with this diagonal sections all the way down to the neck. Okay, a bit more water. Yeah. Okay, and one more. I'm always checking if I'm following my baseline. So I'm pulling the hair down, yeah, pulling the hair down over my middle finger with just a bit tension, and I'm following the baseline all the way down. Okay, next one. I'll check the length. It's very similar. So yeah. Everyone has a one dominant hand. Uh, oh, maybe not everyone, but most of us. So one side will be always harder to cut, but we are, as a barbers, trying to uh, normalize that and uh, using different techniques to avoid the differences. And now I'm just connecting the both sides at the end. I will cross check. It should be a bit of a V shape at the back, so we can uh, draw it to a very nice ducktail in here. Okay, I'll just cross check it with scissors over comb. Okay, so we've got both of the sides done. The back is done. So our sketch is starting to look nice. Now I'm gonna uh, change the uh, separations here. Okay, I will do the back section and the side sections. I will leave this magic triangle, and I will connect the sides and the back from the top uh, to the sides and the back. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah. Now uh, I'm gonna make a section at the back. I will show you. The one is here at the back. I will separate it also in the center. Okay, one, two. Okay, and then here. So got sections that look just like peeled orange or something like that. The center sections, the back sections, and the side sections. Mm. Okay, man, just get your head straight. Yeah. So these two are the transitions areas from the top to the sides, and this in the back. So now I'm pulling all the hair down, and I will leave this length and volume. I will maybe cut it later on a dry hair because I want to see uh, how it will work on the dry hair. So as previously, I'm using just a bit of the tension. I'm pulling the hair down to my baseline, and I'm cutting the hair. I can point cut them, so I'm making already some of the structure. Yeah, one side. I can make a smaller section parallel uh, to the first baseline. Second one, it always depends on the hair. If the hair is thick, uh, as I said before, you should make a smaller sections. But if you're in a hurry, you can use bigger ones and correct it on a dry hair with, for example, blending scissors or making some texture with a straight scissors. It really depends on the client and the hair. Yeah. Okay, and the last one, the back. Okay, it's very nice. I'll check it also diagonally just to be sure that everything is cut even. Yeah, there's always something. Okay, and the second side. Again, diagonal section, just a bit of attention. Yeah. And next one. Okay, and the last one, very nice. I can see the line here, so I will try to erase it uh, with point cutting, just a bit. So I will not use that much of a blending scissors at the end. I'm placing the scissors on the fourth finger to get some stabilization also. Okay, and now we are moving to the side sections. I'll make it a bit smaller, also parallel to the baseline. I'm pulling the hair down to the back of the ear, and when I'm crossing this line of the ear, I'll make a bit of a disconnection that will determine the length of the top of the fringe, because the overall shape will be like this here, so the fringe will be uh, the longest, and it will be a bit shorter, like a old school classic haircut. Okay, so now I'm over directing my fingers a bit here, and also now my fingers are going to define mm, the way that I will cut the hair. Okay, and the next section, same as the previous one. Now I build my second baseline and I'm keeping into it. And the last one, okay. Okay, now I'm moving to the left side and I'm doing exactly the same. So pulling the hair down to the baseline, and now when I'm crossing the line behind the ear, I'm doing this little bit of a disconnection to keep the length of the fringe. I'll just check if the sides are even. Yeah, should be okay. Next section. I'm so sorry, but I've got some technical issues in here, so uh, I'm back now. And okay, where we are. So we've got the sides done, the back done, the transition area is done. The top and the back are connected to the back and the sides. And what we're going to do now is uh, we will cut this magic triangle in here. Um, so uh, why do I call it the magical triangle? Because this particular triangle will define uh, almost all the haircut. Uh, we can cut everything the same in every type of a hairstyle, uh, and this triangle will define the final look, because when you look at the mirror you see your face like a front, and this front. So if we'll put it on the side and cut it to the side, we can make a side part. If we put it in front and cut it straight, we can make a textured crop. When we cut it like we'll be right now, we'll have a Vanguard, a pompadour. So almost all the hairstyles are made by this area. So now I'm gonna wet the hair again. Okay. Now I will divide it into half. There are also lots of techniques to do so, uh, like the one I've chose now. We can also do it just by combing it and combing the hair to the back. Then you can just hold the hair like how much do you want, and you have a pretty good uh, divided hair to the sides. Okay, but I will do it like first time. Okay, and we are connecting the hair to the sides, same as before. Look. And now it's looked like a middle part, so we can just cut the sides and we've got the middle part. No? Okay. But we are doing a Vanguard today, so uh, we're cutting exactly the same as before. We are leaving some disconnection in the front of the ear area. I want to keep the fringe longer, So we have a volume in here. Okay, so one side is done. Second one. Okay, just a bit of the length check. When you pull it down, you can see that there is a V shape also in here. We'll get a bit rid of it, but just a bit. So now I'm taking a center section, just I did it a couple of minutes ago. I'm holding the section as wide as I want, and I'm combing the hair to the sides. Okay, I'll put it down a little bit. Okay, and now I'll try to make the shape like this. The fringe will be the longest, here will be the shortest, and I will try to keep the volume in here to avoid sticking out the hair, because it's very often when you cut too much at the back, it can just stick out. So first section, I'm pulling it 90 degrees up. Okay. Okay, I'm keeping my baseline, the length that I made in here. And look, it's connecting almost perfect. I'll check it once again. Okay, and I will take a second vertical section, and I'm taking this section, the second section, to the first section, and that will make this the shape of the haircut more square in the front. Okay, and one more in here. Okay, now I'll cross check. I just got this extra hair here, make it just a bit, the shape I will make just a bit more round. With this point cutting, I'm also making just a bit of a texture. Okay, I'll check if it's connecting with the back. Okay, so we're almost done with our sketch, and we'll finish the the mm, the hairstyle on dry hair. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is put on some grooming tonic, but I use it very often, like almost every haircut, every second haircut, because it helps me with this pre-styling with a hair dryer, and it also prevents the hair and the skin from heating too much. Okay. I will start from the side. I'm going to dry the bag and the second side and the top uh, at the end. Um, or maybe I will start from the back. I will dry it like in 70-80%, then the sides and the top. I'm using uh, I'm using the vent brush. It helps me to dry the hair faster because the hair goes through the comb. We can make more volume with it. Sometimes to the sides I use Denman comb, Denman brush to make the sides more slick. Uh, but now I will use a vent brush. Maybe eventually at the end I will use a Denman brush. Okay. I also like to use my hands, especially in the end, just to check if the hair is dry enough. Okay, so one side. Okay, I'm going to the back. I'm drying the whole back, but I'm still doing it to the center of the head, of the back of the head. It will help me to make this bit of a ducktail at the end. Okay, now the left side. I'm moving the hair upwards to increase the volume of the sides. Now the haircut is looking better and better. I can see more now. I know where can I improve it. Okay, now I'm going to the top. Okay, I will pull the hair a bit up. I'm putting the brush into the hair, pulling it back to me and up. You can make, for example, a jelly roll with this technique, but you have to roll it more then. Okay, and I'm pulling the hair from the fringe a bit down to keep the volume and to let the air go between the hair. I think hair drying is one of the most important things of the haircut. Uh, if you do it correctly, uh, it will show what is the best from the cut you made, and but you can also ruin the whole haircut when you can't dry it fine. So it's very important to me to dry it correctly. Okay, I'll get the hair a bit down to make more volume in the center of the top. Okay, I'll check it with my hands if it's dry already. It looks like dry, but sometimes uh, the water keeps in the roots, and it will make the hair go down to be heavier. So it's very important to get them really, really dry. No? Okay, and now I will switch to uh, cold air. It will help me to maintain the style that I've done. Okay, and I will use this Deadman brush for the sides, also with cold air, just to make it more slick. I'm keeping the hair dryer very close to the skin because the air is cold. I will not make any harm to the client. So okay, and we're done with the drying. I will take the Afro comb and just to uh, check sorry the volume. Okay, just a bit higher. Okay, and use a barber chair. It's easier. I'm used to like a shop, working in a shop with the real clients, not mannequins. Uh, but it's very nice when you're learning or trying to do something new. Okay, so we've got this very nice shape, very nice volume, and now uh, I will use the blending scissors just to correct a bit the haircut, to get rid of the uh, bit of the bulk in some places that were left during the uh, haircut that we made on a wet hair, because we are now can see everything very nice. Okay, with the blending scissors we also make a movement to the no, with the hair. We are getting a bit of air inside of it, like when you make a dab with your hands, you're putting air in it, and it's more volume, more textured, and mm, you keep the haircut moving. Okay, I'm looking for the places that are a bit darker, some straight lines that I want to get rid of. I'm using different techniques. It depends on the hair, it depends on the haircut. It's very common that the places on the hair that are darker are just too much hair in there, so we have to cut it off a bit. I'm combing the hair in different directions just to see what will happen with them. if there is some place that we can improve the haircut, it's the time is now for that. Now you can also check if the top connects correctly with the back. If there is too much hair in here, we can blend it now. Okay. Just a bit from the top of the fringe. Okay. So, if the client has a problem with fringe falling down, you can make one easy move to help him with that. And what you can do is pull up the hair and cut just a bit in the middle or a bit below the middle, so that the shorter hair that we are making now will be the foundation of the longer ones, and they will keep them in a perfect shape. Hmm? Okay. Okay, and now I'm gonna use clipper over comb to cut just a bit from the neckline and this ear area here, but not too much. Remember that we were doing a Vanguard. It's a long haircut, so we'll just keep it just above the ear. I will open my clipper now and just make just a bit of a taper here. And I will do the contour around the ear. I'll use a trimmer for this detailing part. It's smaller and more precise. Okay, great. Going back to the clipper. Put it up a bit. Okay. I'm placing the back of the comb on the neck and creating the right angle just to clean it up. I like to use the freehand technique also because I have very much of the control now. It's very satisfying also, but you have to remember that the client can't move even a bit. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do also a contour on the neckline. Okay, and the second sideburn. And we're almost done. Also a bit of a taper here with an open blade. Yes, and the contour with the trimmer. And when I'm making the contour above the ear, I always try to place my finger somewhere on the head, on the face, neck of the client, just to support it and be more precise. The hand with the support is much more precise than just freehand. But uh, if you feel confident enough, you can do it with a freehand. Okay. Okay, so haircut looks like this with almost no product, just a grooming tonic. As I said, the haircut is symmetrical, so you can make the pompadour, the side part, middle part, or just a messy classic haircut, swept to the one side or to the other side. Okay, so now for the finish, I'm gonna use silver Rusel concrete hold. Uh, I like it very much because it's not that dry as the gray one, um, but it's very firm and it's a great hold. So I will take just a bit, and also for the clients it's better because it's easier to wash out at home. You don't have to uh, wash your hair hundreds of times like with the wax or something. It's a water-based pomade, so I'm trying to put it from the roots to the top, all over the hair, also on the sides to keep it slick. Don't forget the top. Oh, now you can see the nice shape. Okay, so I'll comb it with the Afro comb and then style it with a regular one. I'm trying to distribute the product all over the hair. take your time. It's the final step, so the whole haircut depends on it also. I'm trying to keep the volume, keep the fringe as high as possible. Okay. I'm following the comb with my hand to keep all the hair together. And now I'm placing my hand on the top, combing it up and pushing a bit towards to the front. Take your time because the detail makes the haircut. So the more detailed haircut, the more satisfying client will be. Okay, I'll help myself with the Afro comb. Okay, I think we are done. So we've got very nice shape in here, volume in the front, and the ducktail in the back. So I think the client is happy. I think it's happy. Are you happy? Are we happy? Yeah, you're happy. Okay, so I hope you like this tutorial, and I got a bit of fun. It was nice, really. So have a nice evening, and give me some feedback. Okay, thank you.